What's up, everybody? In today's video, we're going to be talking about putting yourself out there. Many times in life, we are self-conscious of how we look, how we are perceived by other people, or how we are perceived by the public. So a lot of times we limit ourselves from expressing who we truly are, from expressing our wants, our desires, because of fears of judgment or drawbacks or conflicts. We don't put ourselves first. We always think about before we act. We are programmed to think, how is this going to affect my brand? How is it going to affect my image? It's not your fault that you are that way, because from the minute you're born, like when you put into a school, an institution, you get indoctrinated. The first thing they do is, when you try to express your individualism, they call you a rebel and they punish you. They make you fall in line. They make you obedient, and it's not your fault. And it's not like they do it for 1 or 2 years. You go through this institution, and for the next 22 years of your life, or 18 years, depending on if you choose to do post-secondary or not, you are conditioned to be obedient. When you're obedient, you're always thinking about, am I going to get punished? So you're never going to express yourself freely because you have that fear, and you need to let that fear go. And one way of letting that fear go is putting yourself out there. Today we live in the world of internet, where you can reach millions of people online if you want to. And if you have a message that you want to share to the world, you have to put yourself out there. Because if you never express who you are, the world will never know who you truly are as a person. A long time ago, I read this passage. I'm not sure where I read it. Could be online, could be from a news article. And I'm going to paraphrase it because I don't know the exact word. So it went along the lines of, the person who you think you are is an illusion. And the person that you put yourself out there, like the people perceive, the person that people perceive, like the others, third party people, the way they perceive you is a different person. And then the way you perceive yourself is a different person. And then there's a third person that's the true self, the true version of you that no one knows, not even you, because it's hidden. It's buried deep within. You have to let it out. You have to be free from judgments, free from fears, free from conflicts, and say, hell with it all. I'm going to be who I am. I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to put my true self out there, not this fake illusion self that you think is going to be pleasing to people. And truth be told, when you are true in a fake world, you're going to be rubbing people a wrong way, or you're going to be showing people that they're not being courageous enough to be who you are. And they may take that on you, not because they're angry at you, because they're angry at themselves, and you cannot let that affect you. You have to be true no matter what. No matter what happens, you're going to have to be true. And it's challenging. It's a skill, just like any other skill. You can learn it. All it takes is courage and answers to the question, do you really want to live your life true to who you are as a soul being? Or do you want to be a prisoner and be controlled by the system or culture, whatever it is? Like, there's different ways they they groom you, they make you into obedient. It's up to you to choose. At the end of the day, no one is forcing you to be who you are at a gunpoint. It's all like a mental constraints and mental limits that's keeping you in place. Have you ever seen a horse getting trained to be stationary? When a horse is young, it's small, right? So they actually, I think this example is with an elephant, not with a horse. So when the elephant is small, they tie this elephant onto a rock that at that point it feels so heavy for the elephant to move away from the rock, to break free from the rock because it's strong. And the rock is strong and the elephant is small. So it keeps trying, keep trying, keep trying, and one day it just gives up. It tells itself that I will never be free. And the elephant grows up to be full size elephant. And the funny phenomenon is, even if you tie the elephant to the same rock, the rock is now a size of the elephant's, the smallest part of the elephant, maybe the toe or the palm. It can literally break free just without any effort at all. But because it's been conditioned to stay stationary, because it thinks that it cannot break free, it never does. It never attempts to do that. So it's not like they put the elephant in a gunpoint and told the elephant you cannot break free, if not you're going to die. But it's a mental constraint that's keeping the elephant in place, and that's exactly what's happening with you. So you need to figure out those mental constraints, and you need to test yourself by putting yourself out there. And there's different ways that you can put yourself out there. You got to push your limits. The way that I did it is I used to do social experiments back in the day. I used to do some awkward stuff in public, push-ups in the middle of in a mall, go and talk to random people. I did some crazy stuff to push my limits, to put myself out there. Not because I wanted to make myself look like a clown or anything like that. It's to break the social norms. Whatever was considered weird in the eyes of public, I did that. And I wanted to see how far I could do. I did that for 5 years. It played a huge part of who I am today. It made me realize that most people are living like a robot. They never dare to try these things. But you have to do these things to break that mental restraint, to break that chain, and you need to test your limits by putting yourself out there. So as a challenge for you in this video, I want to challenge you. I know this social realm, like I'm talking about the real social life, is challenging to a lot of people, and that's where most of the limitations are, in my opinion. People care about how they look, how they talk, how they walk, and things like that. I want you to test your limits there. So I want you to go out there and high five random people on the street, or find a busy intersection on a street. Just drop down and start doing push-ups. Or you can go talk to people, random people. If you're on a subway, if you're taking a bus, just talk to people, have conversation. Don't think like it's going to be awkward. Don't think, oh, what am I going to say? Nothing. None of that matters. All I want you to do is dare yourself to do things that are outside your norm and outside the norms of what's considered normal in the society. And little by little, you're going to be testing your chains. When you encounter a chain, most of the time you will feel an emotional reaction to it. You'll feel fear, or you'll feel shame, or you'll feel resentment. You're going to have to push through them all, and with persistence and with continuous effort, you will break all those chains, and your true selves will start to emerge out. I hope you find this video helpful, my friends. Until next time, be fearless.